Well, hey everybody, we are here at the one and only Classic of Denton with the man of the hour, Rick Wick, general manager right here. We are going to be riding one of his fine vehicles. Rick, what do we got today?
Jake, I tell you what, we've got a Ram Longhorn crew cab truck that we're going to hop in and take a big cruise and ride over to the Welcome Center. And let's talk about what's going on with this Classic.
Love it.
All right, brother. See you. Let's go. All right, Jake, you ready to head out?
Let's do it.
We're going to hop in this Ram 1500 Longhorn and turn these cool seats on, and let's head out. What do you think?
Nice.
Is that cool?
The cooled seats are very nice.
Let's head out in this Ram truck and let's go visit the old city of Denton.
All right, so tell me a little more about this car.
Well, this is a 2017 Ram 1500 Laramie Longhorn.
Okay.
Crew cab.
I know a ton about cars because I'm a man. But for those at home that don't know, what does crew cab mean?
Well, you get 4 complete doors. So, you know, front cabin room is just as big as the back cabin room on it. So you got full-size doors to gain access to the vehicle.
I've decided I'm not ever getting a car without cooled seats again.
I'm gonna tell you, it's nice when we have this 90-degree temperature and they kick on.
Yeah.
Biggest thing, it's amazing how much room is in this truck.
Yeah. I mean, you can put your dogs in the back seat, your kids in the truck bed. That's perfect.
Right.
I want it known, because we're in Denton, this camera's mounted. My hands are free. just want it known. So let's circle back to these cooled seats, man. This might be the only time I've ever used a cooled seat. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, it kind of gets you a little feeling. There's a lady that told me one time that she had cooled seats in the car we sold, and you know, I don't know if I'd say this, but she says, you know, it kind of makes you feel like you wet your pants.
But in the best way.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was a great. I mean, if she said it, I think that'll be all right.
Yeah,
then, you know,
exactly.
You know, that's not terminology she said. Yeah. You know, but I got to keep it clean. With this truck, you know, the way it rides, it's almost like a car. So it can be your primary and your secondary, and to run to the hardware store and load up and do the bags of when you ever want to go to your farmer to the feeds and that. Yep. And hello, that's a little Den 35 traffic. Did you notice the brakes on that?
Yeah,
Did you notice that analog brakes? They were real good.
This was almost a really interesting video. Yeah, I'm never leaving this cooled seat. I don't know. I think I'll just put like a Denton radio sticker on the side of this thing, or I don't know. I'll put your face on the side of it or something and just drive it around so you can get the advertising.
You know, I don't know if you want to do that. There's a lot of wrecks, right?
True. But if you leave me the keys, I'll make sure that it gets a good home.
Right. You're trying to tell me that you'll afford the gas on it?
Yeah.
You know,
I'll expense it.
You'll expense it? Yeah. Wow. Well, Jake, we made it back in one piece.
Well, we did, because we have good brakes.
That's right. Yeah. We did good, and we didn't even slip any adjectives or anything in there at that all.
Well, that's what editing's for.
You know. Well, it looks like we made it.
We made it.
We made it in one piece. No wrecks, analog brakes, and cooled seats.
I'll tell you. The cooled seats were something else. Well, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. We are sitting down live with the man of the hour, Mr. Rick Wick, general manager over at Classic of Denton. Tons of community events and activities and contributions that Classic is a part of, as well as Rick is a part of them personally. We wanted to get the chance to sit down, talk with the man, the myth, the legend, as well about himself, as well as talk a little bit about Classic and all the good stuff that they're doing in the Denton community. How are you doing today, Rick?
I'm doing awesome. How about you, Jake?
Man, I cannot complain. It doesn't get any better than this.
You like this nice weather we have outside?
Man, it is perfect out there.
What, 63 degrees or something?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's like a high of 85. Right. It's like unheard of. It's so awesome. Yeah, it's been fantastic. So, Well, okay, so before we get into Classic and all the stuff you guys are doing, I wanted to get to know Rick Wick just a little bit. So introduce yourselves to the people at home. By the way, before we get going, Kim Phillips just commented, Rick Wick is one of my favorite people. Hashtag love Rick, love classics. that should
Way to go,
be a
Kim.
new hashtag.
Thanks. I'll make sure I get that check coming to you for that promotion on that.
I love it. So tell everybody a little bit about Rick Wick. What's your backstory?
Well, graduated from UNT in 1978, and it was North Texas State University at that time.
Wow.
And then right after I graduated, they named it UNT. So I'm a Mean Green alumni. Have seen progression. Really excited for this year with the UNT football team.
Yeah.
I guess the test will be coming up this week against SMU.
Yeah.
I think they kind of got a big, huge record over us, but indications from everything that the teams wants to turn that around.
Should be really, really good game. Well, and this past week was awesome. They were great.
And really, the support from the Denton community and the fans for the Lamar football team. They really reached out and helped that team out from all the tragedies they'd gone through.
True. That was great to see everybody kind of rally around.
Yeah.
So, went to UNT,
yes.
Mean Green alumni.
Yep.
After that, you went to, or did?
Yeah, I've been in the car business probably longer than you've been alive. Probably older than you, longer and older as you are.
Well,
But been in it. Moved up to Denton in 1981. Been in the many different positions with automobile dealerships around Dallas-Fort Worth area. Came up here to live here in Denton, obviously. Went to work at Classic in Denton in 2005, and now the general manager. Worked for Richard Allen, the owner. We start off 5 acres. Now we're sitting at 25 acres.
Wow.
We sold 40 cars, I think, our first month, and now we're doing 300, 350 cars new in Mazda, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and pre-owned.
Wow.
And got at least count 116 employees.
Wow, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So what made you say cars?
I've always loved tinkering.
Okay.
When I was in high school, I took automotive technology, and I actually worked at a automobile dealership in Dallas, where I was born, for several years.
Oh, cool.
Until I found out that technology was going to get from no computers to 4, 5, 6, 7 computers operating a vehicle nowadays, and I said, I'm going to leave it to somebody else. We have some technicians there that they have probably invested in the triple digits as far as tools and equipment. Some of them probably in $200,000 range with equipment that they have. So my hat's out to them every single day what they have to deal with on the technology on these cars.
Well, very, very cool.
Right now.
Well, so let's talk a little bit about your community involvement. Classic is going to be involved. By the way, Kim Phillips said hashtag, or she said GMG, Go Mean Green. So, so Denton Blues Festival is coming up. Classic is a big part of that. Give us a little bit of info on the Denton Blues Festival.
Well, it's kind of a nice opportunity. The Black Chamber of Commerce, John Baines, Kerry Gorey, Ron Johnson, and Reggie Hill came to us about 5-6 years ago and talked to the Blues Festival, want to know if we want to do a sponsorship for them, and talked to owner Richard, and we jumped on it. So it's nice to get back community. It's a free concert that goes on September 15th, 16th, and 17th. All the entertainers will be there. It's just hang out, listen to good music, bring your blanket, bring a pillow, and just hang out and listen to good music. And it's supposed to be fantastic weather.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's going to be at Quakertown,
right
there at the convention and at the Civic Center. And it's a great fun event.
Yeah.
Listen to some good music, down heart music, and there are vendors there with food. It's a good fun time.
Yeah, it's
Really
gonna be
is.
a blast. It's always a fun festival every
Right.
year. All right, so what other events is Classic going to be involved in? You got quite a few coming up really soon.
Oh, we got a lot coming up. We have our Chamber of Commerce Chitka Cook-Off mixer coming up next month, and that is our big start of our annual drive for giving back to community. We reach out to friends and the family. We reach out to Hope, serve Denton, Denton Independent Schools District with the children that are homeless.
Wow.
And Cumberland's, Monsignor King Outreach Center. It's just we give back to the community. We get our vendors, our suppliers, our customers all contribute. We reach out to all those organizations and find out what families need: clothes, underwear, toiletries, so they can have a very, very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
That we do. We present all the gifts. So it's a great giving time. It started off with Richard several years ago, so he's kind of let it in. Nice thing to it is everybody's leadership chips in.
So cool. Well, so you guys, we just finished up North Texas Fair and Rodeo, which
Yep.
we're heavily involved
yeah,
in.
absolutely. That's a great event. We're glad to join.
Oh, it was a great time. We
Oh,
got to be a big
beautiful
part
weather.
of it this year, and it was awesome.
And your interview.
Oh,
the
which
way
you got to do one.
I got to do one with
got to interview
Eagle
Eagle
Mania,
Mania. Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's a fan that goes back to my time, you know. So, but and it was amazing how close they were to the music and other entertainment with the draw that were there.
Great.
So it was a great time. Glenn Carlton, Nancy do an excellent job in the way they give back to the community with that.
Yeah, which is
what
huge.
they do.
And I don't know if everybody even realizes that so much of what the fair is doing is creating scholarships, agricultural scholarships and things like that to help the next generation of folks that keep us all fed, really.
It's exactly.
You know?
Well, you're talking about they have the Denton County Youth Fair that's in April of every single year that we're glad to be participating in. And for the past 5 years, we've been the high bidder on the Grand Champion steer, which gives back to that individual that's raised that steer that pay for the expense in college education.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
Yeah, and it's incredible to get to see all of the stuff you guys are getting. So you guys are, I mean, North Texas Fair and Rodeo, Blues Fest is coming up. We got to talk about a lot of the holiday stuff that you guys were doing last year and the huge impact that has on the Denton community and all these different kind of things. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You're heavily involved here with Denton Radio and the Discover Denton Welcome Center, and you guys are a major contributor to this space, and really we couldn't keep the doors open without Classic. It's kind of like it's weaved into the DNA of Classic to be community oriented and community involved.
Well, that's where our customer base comes from. That's where our customer came from. The community,
right
the community involvement. That's why we give back to them, you know. And also being on the Denton Chamber of Commerce board. I'm serving my second three-year term, and got on the executive committee with the vice chair of membership. The Denton Chamber of Commerce is a unique situation that we have, having the Welcome Center under us, you with DentonRadio.com, Kim Phillips and her team with the
convention visitors bureau.
Yeah, and really I think her titles is what she has is more like this
long
and this long as far as she does in the group she does, and then economic development, and I think I was looking at our last count, we have over 670 current active members in the Denton Chamber of commerce.
Yeah.
And that's
which is an endless number of employees as well.
Yes, and we're business.
Yeah.
We're business owners, business leaders. We want to see Denton grow, which it is growing.
Right.
Big time.
Well, and I think there's this and a lot of people don't understand that there's the Chamber of Commerce, which is over the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is over the Discover Denton Welcome Center, Denton Radio, all the goofy, silly stuff that we do here.
Yeah.
And it's when I say Chamber of Commerce to people, they think, oh, it's people in ties and suits, and that stuff's there.
Yeah.
But it's all a ton of fun and really a lot of community involvement, and so much of Denton is touched by things that the Chamber is doing. I mean, Small Business Development Center that houses there, where you can get counseling for small businesses for free,
no charge.
Economic development that pulls in so many businesses to create so many jobs for people. All the goofy, crazy stuff we do here on the radio, and try and be help to be a voice in the community, letting people know what's going on, and the fun events and the everything that the CVB does, the Discover Denton team, where we're trying to push tourism and visitors and music and horse country tours and just all the fun and everything that's going on here.
Right.
And you've been a huge part of the Chamber and your involvement with the executive committee and all the different things. I walk into your office on a pretty regular basis, and every time you're usually on a phone call with something Chamber related. It's a big job. I mean, it's a lot.
It is. It's a lot of involvement. It's given. It's I get paid a lot of money for it. Zero,
yeah, right?
Zero.
The paycheck says it all.
But when I got approached by Chuck and the team, that would you like to be a member, and they put above to the committee. It was unanimous, and I said, wow, what do we do? I thought the Chamber of Commerce was a bunch of meetings once a month, having mixers and everybody joined together. And then I found out, wow, we got budgets to adhere to, we got balances to look at, we've got expenses to look at. And then you look and see how many people, businesses from outside that want to come into Denton, reach out.
Yeah.
To economic development of the Chamber that gather information,
Yeah, big time. Well, and Denton Chamber of Commerce just commented and said, Rick Wick of Classic Mazda of Denton is outstanding in everything he does for our community. # Denton means business. So thank you, Chamber of Commerce.
Cool.
See, you've got some fans, Rick. You've got some fans.
Good and bad fans. Yeah, good thing we made it here with
analog
breaks.
Yeah, we needed those breaks to get here.
Yeah, hello 35.
Yeah, Classic of Denton, keeping people safely to their destinations. Well, very, very cool. So, I mean, we've talked Denton Chamber of Commerce. We talked a ton of different Denton businesses and organizations that you've gotten to give back to as a part of Classic. Let's talk a little bit about the Mean Green Club and your involvement over there.
Hank and his team, and now with Joe Gonzalez heading up that team, they reached out several years ago, and when you look at what the graduation rate from the basketball, from football, from whole sports, and you realize how much that is, then you look at that awesome stadium, and obviously being alumni, and having to go through the Fouts Field, regime, but and knowing if the bathroom was going to flush or standing water or anything like that, but to have that and just it's amazing. So many people come to me and says, hey, I want to come buy a vehicle from what you do to the university, and get back to the athletic department, and we're now being part of Conference USA.
Yeah.
We play some big boys.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
It's just nice to see how it's really grown.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know specifically about Mean Green Club, go ahead and let everybody know what the Mean Green Club is.
Well, we're sponsors for the athletics department for the scholarships of the students. Our money goes to it. Not only do I get tickets, obviously, but that money goes into the funds, and that helps for the the athletic department to pay for scholarships for things for the athletes, you know, because they do a lot of, you know, they don't get paid either.
Right.
You know, so it helps to offset some of the additional expense that is in the involvement with the athletic department.
Well, and years ago when I was a student, well, not that many years ago, I guess, but
mine was a lot of years ago.
but I was sitting in a meeting for student organizations, and they were talking with us about different programs going on in the school and academics and things like that, and they were saying, you know, with very few exception, almost all of the great schools that you know of are known for their athletics, and then through that awareness, through people knowing what's going on, then they find out about the academics, they find out about the music programs, they find out about the education programs, the science, all those different kind of things. And you have to have those athletics in place almost as promotion for all the other academics. So I think last year was a great example where we get to, you know, UNT gets to go to a bowl game. Not because we necessarily had the best record. We had a good record, but we got to go to the bowl game because of our academic record in our football team, which turned into huge press for the school academically. And so contributing to the sports contributes back to the whole school at large. And it's just a really cool thing to get to see.
It is, and you know, it's everybody thinks, well, it's a football player. You know, they got special, but you know, when you look at the graduation rate for those student athletes in all aspects of sports, and UNT is top tier. Yeah. You know, Dr. Smotrick has done an excellent job. He's reaching out to the community, make him so very public to people what he does, and showing the Mean Green pride.
Yeah. I was sitting in we were doing a little music meeting, and it was, you know, anybody could come, but it was a smaller type meeting, and it, you know, just people putting forth ideas on things they wanted to do with the music scene, and all of a sudden, you know, people are raising their hand to ask questions and contribute ideas, and I look around, and Samatrix is sitting 3 rows ahead of me, and I'm going, whoa, that's pretty cool. He's extremely involved. Travis Veselka just said, exciting times for UNT, #UNT alum. Good to hear you, Travis.
Glad to have Travis back with us, too.
Oh, yeah, back at the chamber.
Big time.
Back at the chamber. He has been a huge, huge help. Okay, so we've talked Mean Green Club. We've talked Denton Blues Festival. We've talked about the chili cook-off coming up. We talked Chamber of Commerce. We talked all sorts of different events and activities that you guys have got going on. Talk to me about the Best of Denton County Awards, because you guys owned it this year.
We really did. And, you know, let me get my little prop here. You know, this is my broom that I have. You know, they use it for clean sweep. This one's, you know, nice. You know, it's it must have green for UNT.
Oh yeah, it's the Mean
But
Green.
we had a clean sweep for the Best of Denton County.
You
know, let me sweep everybody away.
You did sweep the whole thing.
Yeah,
man.
we took of all the categories, we took 3, which is most of any in this Denton County.
Yeah.
And we took auto service dealership. Took that new car dealership, Classic of Denton again.
Incredible.
And then pre-owned car dealership, classicofdenton.com.
Wow.
So I guess that's a sweep.
Yeah, that's a pretty clean sweep, I gotta say.
Right.
Oh, Travis said #clean sweep. I want to see more hashtags. Love Rick, love Classic. That's
you know, we're talking about me. You know, we do sell in service Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Mazda, and we have pre-owned vehicles.
Oh, you guys have cars?
Yeah, we have cars.
Oh, okay.
We do it at the same time. We're doing that
with all this community involvement and things like that. I didn't realize you even had cars.
You know, in order for me bail to do that, you know, I got to sell automobiles. You know, you're talking about they came out with the new. Every month they come out with new rebates and incentives, and had a repeat customer come in and want to trade in his Ram truck and buy a new Ram truck, and look at the incentives and customer cash. And, you know, if you want a Ram truck, only thing you need to do is have a trade-in. And you get an additional $1,500 of customer cash.
Wow.
from the factory. This is the time that we want to move out the 2014s and make room for our 2018s.
Yeah.
Mazda is just, their product lineup, quality, best in class as far as maintenance, low maintenance expense. Mazda's leading the board. And
now you were saying that the other day that for how much the owner has to spend on maintenance, Mazda is
the lowest.
The lowest.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
But we're getting the 2018s in. We need to move the 2017s out and make room.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about some of the specials you guys have going on at Classic, some of the things people can take advantage of if they were to check out if they wanted to give back to this amazing organization,
right.
giving back to Denton and via a little vehicle. And this may be the thing that pushes them over the edge.
Right. Well, we've got, like the specials I mentioned, we have some 0% programs going on in my car lineup. In Mazda trucks, Ram trucks is the big push. Texas is truck country.
Yeah. With cooled seats.
Yeah, with cooled seats and
nice
analog brakes. We got a lot of service specials in Mazda. We have a ladies' day.
Oh.
In my Mazda service department, you get 10% off parts and labor.
Cool.
And we also have a thank you to our current active and reserve military, 10% discount for them. And then anytime you ever service done at our Mazda store, you get a free car wash.
Wow.
And then, the easiest thing to do is go to classicmazdaofdenton.com and look at parts and service specials, or look at my new car, used car sales specials. The Dodge store, we have many different specials going on now. Again, that's Classic Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com.
Nice.
I had to make sure I get the order right. It's Classic Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com. And look at our Mopar specials. I mean, we got a $89.95 for a four-wheel alignment and a tire rotation at the same time. But there's a lot of coupons there.
Yeah.
You can print the coupon out and bring in, get your Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram serviced, and same thing with a Mazda store and doing that. And we have over 220 pre-owned vehicles in stock. All have a rigorous inspection.
220.
Yeah,
wow.
A rigorous inspection that we do to the vehicles. We do Carfax check. We check the history report to make sure it's a good vehicle. Very critical now with making sure it's a vehicle with Carfax. Make sure it's good, clean, so we can back our cars. That's what we do.
Love it. Super, super cool. Well. Oh wait, Kim said she's dreaming about my
white
Jeepers
Jeep
blog.
Yeah, the white Jeep. Yeah,
gotta have Kim's white Jeep.
She keeps talking about that white Jeep, which she'll put she look perfect pulling up to the convention center.
I'll tell you.
Or pulling up at the new convention center.
Yeah,
which I guess it's November.
It's gonna be awesome.
Hello,
November
Kim.
is what they say.
Hello, Kim.
What they say.
Yeah, Kim and your team, you're excited for that.
Oh my gosh, like you wouldn't believe. It's gonna be so much fun. We just got the Texas Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus conference booked for 2019. So Convention and Visitors Bureau, we go out and we're trying to pull in tourism and bring people to the city. And so TACVB, which Texas Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus, also CVB stands for Come Visit My City, Brother. I
have to remember that.
Yeah,
now.
Right?
That's good.
So all of these cities come from all over, and get to brainstorm and get to learn and get to do all that kind of stuff. But all of them get to go back and talk about the city that they were in and all the cool stuff that's going on there and everything like that. And then they get to say, hey, I'm here in this city. And so we got to bid for it a few weeks ago, and it was this huge honor. And they picked Denton. And so cities from all over Texas are going to be converging here in 2019, talking about Denton and going back to their cities, talking about Denton, what we're doing here. And they're going to be posting all over social media about it. It's going to be so cool. I mean, these are the marketers of the marketers, and they're all going to be talking about Denton. It's super exciting.
Speaking about, didn't y'all have a clean sweep
We did.
We
did.
Some,
it was
with
cool.
Some categories in that.
We had several of our people win several, get several certifications in their tourism and things like that. We won several awards. One big one was for our virtual reality that we did at South by Southwest, and then Kim Phillips won the Legacy Award, which is their big Dog Daddy Award, like the big one. And so that was pretty. Yeah. So speaking of clean sweep, that was pretty. That was pretty fun. Let's see what Kim said. LOL. Picture my life in the Jeep. All our colleagues come to see what we're all about. Yes. Oh, and Veronica said, Jake, how many times are you going to use that joke? Hashtag TACVB19. I said, come visit my city brother on stage when we were bidding. But
well, that's the first time I've heard about it. So we consider that only one time. That's just once.
Veronica, it's one.
One time.
Kim said, Dog Daddy? The Big Dog Daddy Award.
Yeah.
I was on stage with Dana Lodge when we did that bid, and I said, yeah, who better than the grandmother of all things Denton to get to talk about Denton? And I had to stop and go, okay, guys, I mean grandmother, not grandmother. Like, it was good. Anyways, the audience has no idea what we're talking about with TACVB, but we're supposed to be talking about Classic, but we totally hijacked this.
Right. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah, thank you, Kim, Veronica, and everybody for listening. Anyways, going back to Classic, me and Rick were talking before this got started. If you share, comment, or like this video, you're going to be in the drawing for a free vehicle. That's not true. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's about that big. Yeah, it's about that big.
It's one of those little RCA cars. Anyway,
I think I might have to take one of my grandson's Jeep Hot Wheels.
Do the Hot
we need
Wheel
to
thing.
know, and that might be the winner.
All right, we're in. Oh, people are liking and hearting all over the video right now.
we just increased the viewership from about 24,000 to 8 million. Is that what it was?
So it went pretty darn high. Oh man. Oh, Veronica said, "Dang, I got all sorts of excited." Travis said, "My hopes and dreams have just been dashed." Sorry, guys. Oh man,
they don't miss a beat.
That joke.
Yeah, it's amazing with social media how nobody misses a beat
Not
nowadays.
a bit. Not this crew. Not this crew. We got Travis and Veronica and all those and Kim, and they're not going to miss a thing. Oh man. All right.
We need to get Chuck in this. Somebody needs to go over there and show him how to use his iPad or his phone.
Never say that out loud. Very cool. Very, very
Travis,
cool.
go over there and show Chuck how
to
use this new technology
Travis,
and help him out.
Get your iPad or your phone and just bring it over into Chuck's office, and we can just all watch together. All right. Hi, Chuck. Love you, brother.
We love you.
Anyways.
It's all Travis. It's all Jake's fault.
Oh, Kim said maybe he'll trade in his Razor phone. Travis said, "Consider it done." Glad to have you watching, Chuck.
Yeah, he's upgraded from his flip phone.
Hey, I'm telling you, he's up with the times, man. He's up there.
I commend what Chuck does.
Hey, Chuck is the hardest working man. For those that don't know, Chuck Carpenter is the head of the Denton Chamber of Commerce. So economic development, Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau, Small Business Development Center, Leadership Denton, Chamber of Commerce, all of that. Chuck's got to watch over it all. He's got the biggest job ever. And love having him as a boss, by the way.
Right.
And I'm sure you love having him as president.
Yep, I got to respond to him too. Nays or yays.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, what else is going on before we wrap this up? Is there anything else going on that? Kim said we love our boss. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else going on at Classic or any other events or anything like that we want to make sure we touch on before we wrap this up?
I can't. I mean, as soon as we disconnect, we'll think of 18
more.
We'll
think of all sorts of things.
But I guess come by and see us.
Yeah.
Or between on 35E between Post Oak and State School Road, on the west side of the highway, right underneath the big American flag and our big giant billboard. So help us buy some cars and help us give back to the community.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The man's name is, oh, wait. Oh, will you do your next Denton ride along in a Jeep is what Veronica said. That's we may have to do that.
We'll probably flip-flop around different cars.
We'll do it in different cars every time.
We just got to make sure they all have the ABS brake system.
Yes, and the brakes are essential.
And for you, Jake, the cooled seats.
They got to have the cooled seats. That's a must.
Cooled seats.
I've been spoiled now. I can't. It's like you can't go from cooled seats to regular seats. I've been sitting on an ice pack for weeks because I'm not going back to the regular seats. And Kim said she gets to go for sure this time. So we'll make sure that when we do it in a Jeep, you're there, Kim. All right, everybody. The man's name is Rick Wick. He works for Classic of Denton. What are all the give me all the name brands again?
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Mazda. ClassicofDenton.com. Classic is our splash page, and then ClassicMazdaofDenton.com and Classic Dodge Chrysler Jeep.
Wow.
.com. And, of course, ClassicUsedCarsOfDenton.com.
Man.
I got a social media person, a marketing analysis, Haley Kilman.
Haley's on top of her game.
She knows that stuff.
Yeah, she's smart as a whip, man.
Yep.
She's really, really fun to work with. All right. Like we said, the man's name is Rick Wick. It is Classic of Denton. Make sure you check all of the events out that he's involved with. Go Mean Green. Check out the Denton Blues Festival. Make sure you get yourself involved in the Denton Chamber of Commerce. Make sure you go to the Chili Cook-Off. The list goes on and on and on and on. Make sure you come by the Discover Denton Welcome Center and listen to DentonRadio.com because he's involved in that too. There are so many things Classic and Rick are involved in, so it has been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to have you here on the radio today, sir. Super excited we got to do this again. Thank you all for listening. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and share all over this video on social media. If you're listening on the radio, make sure you pop over to social media because we're coming out via video as well. Make sure you get involved in all things Denton Radio, and we will see you guys on the next program. Thanks again, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.